Welcome back, everybody. If your plans for the upcoming new year include finding a new job, we want you to know about a hiring event that's happening this week, in fact. The family-owned Starters restaurant chain plans to hire 80 to 100 employees for its new restaurant in Harper Woods. There is a hiring fair that's happening today, tomorrow, and Thursday at the Starters in Midtown Detroit on Woodward, just north of Canfield. It's from 2 p.m. until 6, and jobs range from managers to cooks and even waitresses. No experience is needed. They will train you. Sheriff's deputies north of Houston found a horrible scene on a parkway on the afternoon of Christmas Day. 2 people were killed in a crash that investigators say resulted from drag racing. Deputies say 2 Mustangs were racing at speeds of more than 90 miles an hour when one of the cars slammed into an SUV that had just pulled out of a gas station. The drivers of the car and the SUV died at the scene. Police say they often have to respond to calls about drag racing on that road. Very, very sad. There was a Christmas Day tragedy in Phoenix, Arizona as well now. It ended with a woman and her 2 children shot to death. Police who were called to an apartment complex found a woman shot to death outside of that apartment. A gunman inside one unit held police at bay while telling them he had also killed the woman's 2 children inside the apartment.
The initial officers on scene tracked the suspect down to one of the specific apartments inside, and we learned that it was a person with this, whom this woman had a relationship in the past. I don't know if that's an ex-husband, ex-wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but there is a domestic violence relationship between these 2.
So police exchanged gunfire with the suspect. One officer was heard, but we should let you know that the suspect is in custody. The 2 children killed were 11 years old and just 10 months old. Let's turn to good health now. Published reports indicate the World Health Association will soon update its international classification of diseases to include video gaming disorder. The disorder will be defined by a person so engaged in video games that the games take precedence over other important life activities. Now, it should be noted that here in the U.S., the American Psychiatric Association does not recognize gaming addiction as an official condition. Now, according to the New York Times, a new study indicates that sitting for long periods of time could be bad for your heart. A recent study found that the more people sit, the more likely they are to display signs of injury to their cardiac muscles. Researchers said the proteins are released in large amounts during a heart attack. According to the study, people who spend 10 hours or more per day sitting were more likely to have above average levels of the protein, which could lead to cardiac arrest.